If you're planning a trip to Central Europe and you're wondering how much everything is, this is the video for you. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Matteo, and in this video I'll be telling you how much I actually spent for my trip in Central Europe. I've been to 3 different countries. I've been from London to Germany, Germany to Austria, and Austria to Switzerland. So pretty much Central Europe and Germany countries. I stayed there for approximately 9 days. And I calculated exactly how much I spent from flights, hotels, the general food, expenses. So in this video I'll tell you exactly how much I spent and everything I bought. I tried to spend as little as possible because I didn't have too much money, but it's just a trip that I wanted to do. So this kind of trip wasn't really a holiday, it was more like a travel adventure, and I tried to spend as little as possible. So as I said before, I first took a flight from London Gatwick to London Munich. This was around nighttime, around 7 o'clock. For the flight itself I spent approximately £35. I also added a 15 kilograms luggage, like a big rucksack I would say, but it was a limit of 15 kilograms, and for that I paid £30. So a total for the ticket itself was £65. So I almost paid more for the luggage than for my ticket itself, which is absolutely crazy how these airplane companies manage this kind of things. The cost is absolutely crazy. The reason why I decided to take a luggage, a rucksack or whatever you want to call it, with me is because I was gonna stay there for 9 days. It was during almost peak winter. It was beginning of December, so it was gonna be pretty cold. So I had to bring a lot of cover, overclothing with me, jacket, boots. I also had to add a new pair of boots in case there was gonna be snow there. And yeah, for this reason I decided to take a rucksack with me. When I arrived in Munich, I arrived there about after 2 hours of flight. When I arrived in Munich, I took a public bus from Munich Central airport station to Munich Central train station. The ticket itself was pre-booked in advance, and the booking was approximately €12, something like that. Yeah, it took me directly to Munich Central Station, which was approximately 50 minutes by bus, so it wasn't too bad. So I arrived in Central train station. I made my way to the hostel where I was gonna stay for the next 2 nights. As I said, it was a hostel, so it was very little privacy with so many people. It was approximately 10 blokes inside the room itself. It was bed banks. It was my first time in a hostel. It was something I wanted to do. I'd never done it before, and I was it was very, very cheap. I think it was approximately €27 for 2 nights. So pretty much nothing at all. I tried to look for a hotel while I was there, but everything was just so expensive, and I didn't want to spend that much money in a hotel in the city. So I decided to just leave it and stay in a hostel. The name of the hostel is Jaeger Munich. It was pretty good actually, they provided microwaves, kettles, a fridge, coffee machines, absolutely free of charge. So it was very, very convenient. So what I did to save money, just go to Lidl or to any supermarket, buy some ready things, just go back to the hostel, put them in the microwave or whatever, and then just eat, rather than go to a restaurant where I would have to spend so much money for the food. Obviously the bad thing about the hostel is, as I said, there were so many people, and you can imagine 10 people inside a room. The toilet, the bathroom, it was extremely busy every single time. So what I did, I used to wake up very, very early, around 6:30, 7 o'clock, to go to use the bathroom, and then quickly leave and go to visit the place. Otherwise it was gonna be so busy and I would never make it out of the hostel in time to visit the attractions in the old city of Munich. In Munich itself, I only had 1 full day to visit because I arrived and then I went to the hostel. It was dark already, there was nothing to do when I arrived. So I went to sleep, The next day, it was the day where I could actually explore the city and visit some museums. For this, I went to the Munich residence and I paid approximately 10 euros, which is £9, 8.72, something like that, pounds. It was alright, it wasn't that bad, but I think it was extremely repetitive. Every single room is a replica of the other one. If you're interested in Bavaria, the state of Bavaria, is history and also a bit of a Holy Roman Empire, I strongly advise you to go there, but otherwise you're just gonna find it very boring. Then I walked around the old city. I visited churches. I visited the main square of Munich. It was interesting. There was a lot of history there. But then, obviously, I think Munich is the second largest city in Germany. So after midday, start to get very, very busy in the center of the town, which is not something that I like. For this reason, I just stayed away from the main center and just walked around the river. In terms of food and what I ate, I mostly went, as I said, to the supermarket, Lidl, and also to McDonald's. I think I went to McDonald's to get like the coffee. It was very early in the morning and I was very, very cold at that time. So I was like, let me just pop in a McDonald's, get some coffee, and then I can stay there while I charge my phone, which was actually very convenient. In terms of food in general, I paid approximately 32 euros for 2 nights. No, 2 nights? Yeah, 2 nights and 3 days pretty much. After this time in Munich, I took a Flixbus from Munich Central bus station, to Innsbruck main train station or bus station, whatever you want to call it. The journey was approximately 2.5 hours. The bus came exactly on time, we arrived exactly on time, so it was extremely precise. Apparently there is no border control between Germany to Austria because I moved to a different country, so there was no border control. The driver just wanted to see my passport to make sure I was all in check. The cost of the journey, of this bus journey, it costed £9. So it was actually very, very cheap and very, very convenient, especially if you consider that we moved from a country to a different country and it took 2.5 hours. So I paid nothing if you think about it. So in Innsbruck I stayed for approximately 3 nights and 4 days. In here I stayed in a hotel, where it's not exactly a hotel, it's more like an apartment. The name of the place where I stayed is called Quartier 99 or something like that. I'm gonna put screenshots on the video so you're gonna be able to see. It was actually very, very clean, very nice. They also provided me with a travel card when I arrived at the hotel. This travel card you can use for buses, trains, all around Innsbruck and the surrounding areas, which was very convenient. This apartment was very close to the river, to the mountains, to a church, to the supermarket, so I think it was one of the best places. This apartment costed £259. Obviously you're in Austria, the prices are expensive everywhere you go in Austria and Germany, but yeah, this is what I paid. I really wanted an hotel while I was in Austria, especially I was gonna be there for 3 nights. And I was gonna go and climb and hike, no, not climb, sorry. I was gonna go and hike and walk around a lot. So I wanted a hotel for my own privacy. So I spent a little bit more money for this. So Innsbruck is actually the best place I've been to on this journey. I think the mountains all around the city and just the vibe itself was very, very nice. It's not exactly a big city, it's more like a village, so there were not that many people, which is something I enjoy. In Innsbruck, what I did was the first day I went to a hike. I walked around for approximately like 3 hours. Sorry, I took the bus that took me somewhere, and then from there I walked to a hill approximately 1,500 meters up. which was very nice. The temperature was also it wasn't too cold, it wasn't too hot, but it was sunny, so I had a very good time. And it was completely free of charge. I didn't spend nothing at all for this. Yeah, I made it to the top of this hill, and then I went back down, and that's it. It was just for nature, just to spend time with nature, to stay away from people, which is something I enjoy. Then the next day, I actually took a cable car from very close to where I had the apartment. So there is a cable car there that would take you exactly at the top of the mountain in Innsbruck. The name of the mountain, of the peak next to Innsbruck, is called Norket. I'm not too sure how you pronounce it, to be honest. And for this, I paid approximately 35 euros for the cable car. It's quite expensive, I know, but again, it's something I really wanted to do. I never took a cable car in my life. It's just an experience I wanted to do, and I think it was it was very worth it. The cable car actually took me 3,000 meters up to the peak, and the peak was actually very beautiful. There is a cross there where I take so many pictures, and also the weather was actually nice. At first it was quite cloudy, so you couldn't see anything like the surrounding mountains and the surrounding landscapes. But after that, after a couple of hours, it started to get sunny, and you could actually see. So definitely something to think about if you're planning to go to Innsbruck yourself. So in regards to food and drinks in Innsbruck, I paid approximately 52 euros. This again between McDonald's and supermarket meals. Even if you go to the supermarket, things are quite expensive. I think UK, the UK is a lot cheaper in terms of supermarkets. I found that in Innsbruck and Ostend, these kind of places, I think things are so more expensive. I used to go to McDonald's just to get a better meal, to get more hot things, because in the hotel there was no microwave. I only had a kettle and a coffee machine. So if, for example, I wanted a hot meal, the only thing I could do is just hot water. I could do ready noodles, but eating ready noodles every single time is not something that I'm a fan of. I wanted to eat something more real. So this is the reason why at times I used to go to McDonald's just to get like 1 or 2 cheeseburgers and go back home. So after these 3 nights, it was time for me to depart again and go to Switzerland this time. I had a pre-booked train ticket from Innsbruck Central Train Station to Zurich Central Train Station in Switzerland, and the train ticket costed 35 euros or something like that anyway. And it was, as I said, pre-booked, so it was a month in advance that I pre-booked this, and it was actually quite a nice experience. The journey was for 3 hours, and the panoramic views that I saw while on the train was exactly majestic. That's the reason why I took the train in the first place, because I knew it was gonna go all through the Alps and through the mountains. So extremely beautiful. If you're doing the same trip as me, I strongly advise you to do the same thing. So from Innsbruck to take the train directly to Zurich. It's extremely worth it, trust me. So in Zurich, I had a semi-apartment, let's say. Well, it's not exactly an apartment, no, it was more like an independent room. This means that I had a room for myself, but I had to share the toilet and the bathroom with other people. Which it was okay. I didn't have any issues with this. The name of this this place where I've been to is Sleep and Go, and I booked it in booking.com, and it cost 235 pounds for 3 nights. So in here there was a washing machine, a microwave, kettle, coffee machine. So it was actually pretty good, and the toilet and the bathroom was always clean. I never had any issues with this. Obviously the room was quite small, so you don't expect something like a luxury big room for yourself or anything like that. It's just a very small room. It reminds me a bit of Harry Potter. Harry Potter Under the Stairs. cabinets or whatever. No, I'm just joking. Well, it was alright. There was nothing else I had to do there, just sleep and go. The name of this place is actually makes it perfect because you just sleep and then you just go. You're not gonna stay in the room anyway. So here in Zurich, I didn't do any activity that costed me money because everything was just so expensive. Before, when I planned this trip, I was thinking about like taking a train to maybe to Lugano, I think it is a close city to Zurich, or like to take a train and go to somewhere else, to a different city, and just explore. But then looking at the train fares and the prices, everything was just so expensive. For example, I think one way was like 25 pounds, 35 pounds, and only one way. So I obviously have to think about coming back. So it was gonna cost me 50, 60 pounds just for the train, which is like 1 hour, not even 1 hour train. And to me, it was just absolutely crazy. And that's the reason why I didn't do it. I just obviously visited the main city. I went to a local hill very close to Zurich. I walked for about like 2 hours to get to there, and then to hike up it took me like 1 hour. Just 700 meters high. But yeah, it was something nice to do, especially with the weather being sunny. It was worth it. Then I went to obviously the main old town, the churches, and I visited the lake of Zurich. Was quite interesting, but I think I got a little bit bored after a time, especially even because this is the most expensive place I've ever been to, and because of this, it's not. I don't think I will ever come back again because of just how expensive it is. If you're planning to do and go to a city like Zurich, I strongly advise you to at this point just go to like northern Italy or maybe France. You know, the mountainous places, rather than go to Zurich. That's pretty much London. Obviously a lot more cleaner, a lot more safer, yes, but just so expensive. In terms of food, I spent 51 pounds on food. So again, just supermarket this time. I didn't even go to McDonald's because everything was so expensive. Like a cheeseburger, the normal £1.20 a cheeseburger in Zurich was £3, £3.20. Absolutely mind-blowing. I was like, no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna eat from the supermarket. And finally, on the 4th of December, I had my flight back to London from Zurich airport to I think it was Gatwick, if I remember correctly. I first spent £6.60 for a train ticket from Zurich main train station to the airport, which wasn't bad. And then from the airport, I had to wait so many hours, something like 5 hours or maybe even more, for the time for the airplane. I paid £35 for the flight itself again, and also £30 for the luggage of 15 kilograms. So I arrived in London airport, I think it was Gatwick if I remember correctly, and then I had a pre-booked bus ticket from obviously the airport to central London, and then I took obviously the underground train back to my home. And the bus that I took was obviously the National Express, I think so, yes, National Express, and again it was £9. So that's how much I spent. So what's the total of this? So I just made a calculation of how much I spent in total for this entire trip. £892. So in 9 days, if you're planning to do something like this in 3 different countries, the most expensive countries, or actually one of the most, well, some of the most expensive countries in Europe. Obviously you're gonna spend less if, for example, you're sharing expenses with somebody. If, for example, I had somebody to share my hotel with, obviously this was gonna be a lot cheaper. I think this price is reasonable, obviously, for the type of countries I've been to and the hotel I stayed, I think is okay. Is okay. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for watching this video. This is how much I spent. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it a bit of informative. So if you're planning to do something like this, you can take some suggestion from me and what I did. My personal opinion is, if you're planning to do something like this, as I said before, don't go to Zurich. It's not a nice place, especially if you're more of a person like me that enjoys mountains and adventure. Maybe go somewhere else. Maybe northern Italy, things are a bit cheaper. Maybe towards France, things should be cheaper than in Switzerland. If you did enjoy this videos, please like and subscribe, and also comment. I want to see and read your comment and tell me what you guys think about how much I spent. If you guys think I overspent, and if you have some suggestion for me for next time on how I can save money. At the moment things are so expensive, so I if I can find ways to go around expensive things and save money, is always a good thing. Thank you and bye bye.